What's up, beautiful people? It's Sindafam. Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be checking this video from the Rogan report, and it's titled Riley Gaines makes 𝑗𝑜𝑖𝑛 go quiet with never before told details of Leah Thomas. Interesting. I'm excited to check this one out to hear what they've got to say. Let's check it out.
Hey guys, I'm away in Israel this week, but little known podcaster Joe Rogan, well, I think this guy's gonna make it.
At this national championships, right? This national championships where we had Leah Thomas, who is a male, a man, self-identifying as a woman. We were told we fully had to treat this person as a woman, right? This same national championships, we had another athlete who was transitioning. But this athlete is a female who was then self-identifying as a man from Yale. Izzy now goes by the name of Isaac. And we were told we fully had to treat this person as a man. Optics purposes here, to give you perspective of what this looked like from our eyes. Okay, finals of the 100 freestyle. Top 8 women in the entire nation.
Air quotes women.
Air quotes women. Yeah, for those that don't have video, air quotes women. Top 8 women in the entire country. And you've got a 6'4" man in a women's swimsuit with a bulge next to a woman wearing only a Speedo with nothing covering her top. Your reaction was my reaction, because I'm sitting there watching this. I'm thinking to myself, it's me. I'm the crazy one. It must be. This is the freaking Twilight Zone. Really what had thrusted me over the edge into no longer being willing to lie, ultimately, is he and I raced in the 200 freestyle. This is the day after he swam the 500 freestyle and won a national title, beat out Olympians, beating out American record holders, right? Keep in mind, these aren't scrubs. They're the most impressive and accomplished female swimmers this world has ever seen. And again, he beat them all by body lengths. 1 second might not sound like a lot of time, but in the sport of swimming, again, measured down to the 100th of a second, 1 second is significant. He beat the entire nation of women by almost 2 full seconds. Even the time he went last year would have beat every girl in the country this past season by nearly 2 full seconds.
Before we continue, let's even talk about this, because in the real world, or in the normal world where people live in or we live in, we know that if somebody, let's say a biological male, self-identifies or decide that, oh, today they've decided to become female, or they identify as female, and we know that they are biological male, normally people will call it a scam, and people will want to know what is wrong with the person's brain. But it's the fact that the world we live in now don't see nothing wrong with it, see it as normal, and they're telling you that if a biological male identifies as a woman and you question it, then you are transphobic, when we know that that is scam, or that is a scam. And in the normal world that everybody is living in, that shouldn't have happened in the first place. That shouldn't be happening. Let alone allow biological male in women's sports. It's the fact that lots of people think that a man's strength and a woman's strength is the same, regardless of whatever the man is taking or whatever, and say, oh, he's become a woman. Biologically, he's still a man. Is still male, and that is not going to be taken away. Can never be taken away from him. So his energy, his strength, and a biological woman's strength cannot be measured. It can never be the same. They know these things. Of course, they know. They do. But I want you to believe that, well, men and women can be easily measured, or they have equal strength. Never. No, they don't. That's why God created a woman out of the ribs of a man, not a woman separately. Out of the ribs of a man. Think about it. But let's go on.
2 full seconds. making him the first man to win a Division I NCAA women's title, trailblazer. But the second day of competition, the day after this, he and I race in the 200 freestyle. So, look, we get on the blocks, dive off, swim 8 laps of freestyle, touch the wall at the end. I look up at the scoreboard, and almost impossibly enough, Joe, we had gone the exact same time. Meaning, of course, we had tied, which is it's incredibly embarrassing for a 6'4" man to not even be able to beat like a 5'5" female. But again, going a minute and 40-ish seconds and not even 1/100th separated us. You can't tell me that's not divine intervention. But tied, we get out of the water. We go, you can see here, we both went 143.40. Not one of us going 143.39 or 143.41, tying. Get out of the water, go behind the awards podium. The NCAA official looks at both Thomas and myself. Thomas, who is towering over me, right, 6'4", and this official looks at both of us and says, "Great job, you two. But you tied, and we only have one trophy, so we're going to give the trophy to Leah. Sorry, Riley, you don't get one."
What?
My Jesus Christ.
Heart rate was still high, having just competed. My adrenaline was still pumping. And so the first thing that I thought ended up being the first thing that I said, and the first thought that I had was just what you had just said, right? Like, isn't this everything that Title IX was passed to prevent from happening? What do you mean you're going to give the trophy to the man in the women's 200 freestyle? I asked the question that no one dared ask all season, and I said, why? Which, of course, he didn't have an answer as to why. They didn't give him a script of what to say when someone asks you the dreaded question of why. And so his first excuse he came up with, he's stumbling on his words, and he's, we're actually just doing this in chronological order, he said. And so I said, okay, do you mean alphabetical? Because G comes before T. Otherwise, I literally have no idea what you're being chronological about, right? We tied. So again, what's your rationale here? And finally, he realized that he didn't have a justification. He didn't have an answer for this. And so, and I actually appreciate his honesty. This is when his face changed. He looked sad. His voice changed. I could tell he didn't even believe what he was about to say. But this official looked at me and said, "Riley, I am so sorry, but we have been advised as an organization that when photos are being taken, it's crucial that the trophy's in Leah's hands. Again, you can pose with this one, but you have to give yours back. Leah takes the trophy home. You go home empty-handed, end of story. We can eventually mail you one."
Oh my God.
Is what they said. So it was like that moment when I felt guilty at that point. I felt guilty for participating in the farce. I felt guilty for even getting in the water at this point.
Is this even real? Like, this is real to happen in the world, like, and it is normal. No, this is a scam. A man and a woman, a man competing with a woman in women's sports, and it's already planned that the man, the biological man, because I don't want to even say man, the biological man, like a biological man and a biological woman competing in a woman's sport, and already is pre-planned that the trophy goes to the biological male. And when it eventually happened, the woman, the biological woman, is supposed to hold a trophy, like, oh, fake smile, have this trophy, take this, but you're gonna return it back. But the biological male keeps the trophy. This is insane. Never in history or in the world would I have believed this. I mean, if this were a movie, I'd be like, wait, what? What the heck is going on? What is happening? But this is real. A biological male and nothing, like, no. Saying I'm sorry, like, I'm sorry would not cut and fix it. It was a freaking tie. In a normal world, this wouldn't have happened. In the first place, a biological male would not be competing with a biological female in a woman's sports, let alone the trophy be automatically given to him because, oh, they have to satisfy him. Oh, you know, it's not easy for him to switch over from the male's team and come to the female team. Oh, you have to satisfy his ego, because that is exactly what they're doing. Feed into his ego and make you and play that emotional card and be like, well, try again next time. Maybe try harder and make sure to beat female this time, not male. They know that a man and a woman competing together, the man's strength and the woman's strength can't be measured, especially biological male with biological female. It can't be measured. This is cheating. I can't even imagine how she must have been feeling that time, because that is terrible. It's insane. But I mean, welcome to the woke revolutionary. This is the kind of world we live in. But again, it's a beautiful thing that she shared this and let people know. And also thank you, 𝑗𝑜𝑖𝑛, for having her on your podcast to share this, because this don't make sense. Honestly, it doesn't. And pointer is, a biological man and a biological female or woman, their strength wise, they're not the same, let alone in sports. It is not the same, and people should know that. This right here is messed up. It is crazy. I honestly feel sad for her hearing this, for Riley Gaines hearing this. It shouldn't have happened. But let me know what you think about this. I'm sure tons of people have interesting things to share. I really love your honest contribution. You can share other useful information you think might be really helpful. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe and all of that stuff. And until next time, see you in the next video.